What's up, guys? Today I'm here to talk about the Nintendo Direct that happened on Friday, but more so the reaction online that I've been seeing about it. They did an hour long presentation for this Nintendo Direct, which is pretty lengthy. They don't tend to usually go that long, and they revealed a lot of stuff. And hey, you're always feel free to think about the announcements as you will. If you don't like an announcement, is what it is. But there was a lot of people saying that this was like a boring Nintendo Direct, or like they didn't get anything out of this Nintendo Direct, and Nintendo fans are starving. And it just like kind of boggled me. Like I said, you don't have to like what they announced, but to act like they didn't come with like volume and variety in this last Direct is like kind of insane to me. Like, I don't like every game that they show off, and sometimes I hate when they waste time on certain games that I have no interest in. But to act as if like those games just don't matter in the grand scheme of like what they're bringing to the table isn't like that's a biased argument. You have to admit like the I'm a huge Pokemon fan. It's a big reason why I even buy the Nintendo consoles, and that Parka, whatever the one where you're a Ditto cosplaying as a human, that looked whack as hell to me. That didn't look fun. Honestly, I want to keep an open mind because I feel like people were having a much more positive reaction than I did, but that's just obviously such a departure from the game. And I'm not even saying you can't do spin-offs or things that aren't completely in line with like the normal Pokemon gameplay, but it just feels like the farming life simulator, like whatever you want to call it, like the Animal Crossing kind of style, like that just doesn't feel like what Pokemon could have, like, it feels like there's so many other spin-off ideas that could have been so good and that they could have decided to do instead of this one, which like I said, just because no one's been asking for it, I guess that's like what I've been thinking is like, who's asking for this? Well, nobody. But no, I don't think anyone would have like thought a farming life simulator type game was on the table for a Pokemon spinoff. So that goes hand in hand a little bit. But yeah, there's not gonna be a perfect direct for anybody. There's gonna be ones you like, there's ones you don't like. But to act as if they just didn't have anything new at this one, I think is just a little like you're being purposely ignorant. Like hey, you don't have to like what they announced. Like I said, I'll give you that all day. You could have been like, well, they announced a ton, but it was all garbo, and I don't like that. That'd almost be like a different opinion. But to just act as if like, well, nothing happened during that direct, like they didn't finally show off some Metroid Prime 4 stuff, which, hey, like I said, you could be like, well, that game's been announced since what, 2018, 2019, and this is the first we're getting a look at it. It's like about time. We're owed that, which you're not owed anything as a fan. I'll get to that probably a little bit later. But like, I could see them being like, yeah, you showed us 20 seconds of a game that's supposedly been in development for close to a decade now. Like, what do you want me to do? A backflip? I low-key was. I'm not even a huge Metroid fan like that, and that made me want to go pick up the remaster of the first game, which I still have to play. Uh, but it was just a bunch of things like that. Like there's a new Fire Emblem, new Mario Tennis, DLC for certain games. And hey, once again, I know DLC in itself is controversial, and I know the execution of these ones in particular have been having people criticize them online for it. But at the end of the day, it is content that they're releasing. Like to just act as if they didn't do anything is crazy to me. And also just shows like how disillusioned and entitled, for lack of a better word, like online video game fans can be, because this is all like Twitter. Like I know that this is not really leaving someone's like Twitter feed as far as like being a real discussion in real life. Like it's only like fellow echo chambers or people in just like video game / Nintendo circles that are going to be talking about it. But still, like it was widespread enough that I feel like it's kind of a thing if you are in those circles. And it just like kind of reminds me of like whenever a gaming company does something that might not be to like the most popular reaction from their fans, specifically a company like Pokemon, and then like fans will be like, okay, I guess I gotta like send death threats to the devs now. It's like, no, you don't. You can criticize them all day and be like human about it and not threaten to like kill someone's family because they didn't put in the right Mega Evolution or the Ditto game looks whack. Like, people's overreactions to things just blow me away. And it's like, you got to find more to life if you're still finding things to complain about as far as this direct and being like, nope, still not good enough. Like, you gotta go outside, touch some grass. But let me know what you guys think. Like, what are your reactions? Like I said, you can say, hey, that direct was whack, and just kind of leave it at that. But they did have content there. So let me know what you think about what they did reveal. And thank you for listening. I'll catch y'all later.